I've been wanting something from you. You've been giving nothing. Oh, I've been wanting something from you. You've been giving nothing. Oh.
Good morning, YouTube family. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. Today, taking you guys through a day in the life of clinicals, a day in the life of my elective rotation, which is in family medicine. I'm actually back here at the family practice that I was a medical assistant at prior to starting PA school. So it's been awesome to be back with the team and the patients that I kind of got introduced to the medical field with. And it's also really cool to obviously be providing a different type of care to the patients of this population. Today actually starts week 2 of this rotation. This rotation is 4 weeks long. And then I take my PANCE, which is my certification exam, on September 16th. But it's currently 7:35 a.m. Typically my days on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday go from about 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. with an hour break from 12 to 1 for lunch. And then Fridays are a half day, which is really nice. I only work from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And the reason why I set up my schedule that way is so I can have a good amount of time outside of clinic to prepare and study for boards. But before I head in there and get my day started, I thought I'd share with you guys some of the cool things that I've encountered in the 1 week that I've been here at the family practice. One of the patients that I actually did an H&P on last week had a pterygium, which was super cool to see because I've never seen it outside of just like textbooks and looking it up on UpToDate. And then another one of the patients that I saw this past week, we worked up for a possible appendicitis. Because of COVID, I'd say about half of our visits are televisits, so we do them virtually and we talk to the patient through the screen, take a history, and then do what we can for physical exam. Today, I believe there's only going to be one PA in the clinic, so I'm probably just going to follow her around for the day, but let's go ahead and get this day started.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, everybody, so morning wrapped. 12 patients were on the schedule for this morning. Like I said earlier, half were televisits and half were in-person experiences. Some unique cases from this morning. We had one patient that was following up for bronchogenic carcinoma, which obviously is not a conversation that you want to have with a patient, but me and my preceptor got to talk a little bit about lung cancer. Since I'm fresh off of my surgery rotation, there's a lot in my head about lung cancer, so I was able to refresh my preceptor on some of the differences between like squamous cell and small cell lung cancer and how they're more centrally located and how you need to do like a bronchoscopy for those ones, whereas like adenoma is the most common type of lung cancer and those are more peripherally located typically. So now I'm on a little walk by my office as if it's not 117 degrees outside right now, which is just ridiculous, but just ate my lunch, which was really good. Had a salmon salad with avocado and peppers and cucumber. It was very delicious, very nutritious. And one of my medical assistants actually ran to Starbucks to pick up some cold brew. So the afternoon's gonna be really good. The last patient that I had before I went on lunch was actually a burn patient. And so I got to redress the wound. Haven't done that since urgent care, but was really cool to do. And then one last interesting case that I had this morning was a patient that had been stung on the upper eyelid by like a bee or something. So that was an interesting H&P to do, but now we're gonna go head on back into clinic before I get all sweaty in my figs and my white coat. So let's get after this afternoon. Best MA ever. And just like that, friends, the day is wrapped. Today is an amazing day because it's 5:20 and we are now out of clinic. A lot of the times in family medicine or any primary care setting, you tend to stay later than closing hours just because you have charts to finish or patients may show up late, so then the visits and schedule gets pushed back and whatnot. But today we're getting off at a reasonable time, which is super exciting. Did a history and physical exam this afternoon on a patient that had a dog scratch. That was probably the highlight of my afternoon. But I also wanted to share with you guys that last week I actually worked with another provider here at the office, and there was a few different skin lesions that I got to freeze off using cryotherapy, which was really interesting. And I remember being a medical assistant and filling up the little gun for the cryotherapy. So it was super cool to be on the other end of that and actually get to do it. But now time to get back to the crib and do a little bit of PANCE studying, because the boards is in like 28 days from now, which is just wild. So I believe there's like 14 different sections of the PANCE, and they're all kind of like weighted differently. So my plan is to start at the lower yield topics and progressively study more of the higher yield topics as I get closer to actually taking the PANCE, so that way the higher yield information is fresher in my mind and whatnot. Today we're going to be focusing on hematology, but before we get started studying, I'm going to go back to the house, eat something, and go to the gym. What'd you have done today?
Just my eye surgery, that's all.
What'd you have?
It's a Cadillac, or not a Cadillac.
Cataract?
That's the one, yeah.
To the dome? To the dome skis? All right, so for today's pre-workout for leg day, Jagger did some Max's Strawberry Daiquiri Legend. I am going to be stacking the Welch's Burn with Sour Watermelon Pump. I, on the other hand, prefer to drink my pre-workout instead of taking it to the dome. But gyms in Arizona just recently reopened like 2 days ago, and they mandate that we wear masks while we're working out, not just when we're entering and leaving, which I am in full support of. I think that's a great idea. But we're gonna head on over to EOS now and crush this leg day. All right, guys, I know what you're thinking right now. And yes, Chewbacca is riding a surfboard on my shirt right now. Anyways though, leg day was phenomenal, if that even can be a thing. But now we're doing some PA National Certification Exam prep. And like I said earlier, at least I think I said earlier, going through hematology, the list of topics for that section is not that big, which is why I decided to go through it today. It's a lower yield topic and there's not very many items on this list, so it's a little easier for me to do after a long day of clinic and a workout. But yeah, pretty much gonna spend the rest of my night looking this over a little bit more. Gonna try to finish this section. I think it's doable. And then probably gonna watch an episode of Grey's Anatomy. I'm on season 5. Got a long way to go still. But anyways, guys, this is going to wrap up today's video. This was a day in the life of the clinical year during my elective rotation in family medicine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash that thumbs up button because it really does help the channel grow. Comment down below if there's any questions you guys have or if there's any specific videos you'd like to see. I would be more than happy to make them for you guys. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you stay up to date on all future videos. And until next time, fam, this is the way.